put aside my night to come on here with you to have great fun, talk about fishing, and you hit me with that bullshit. What? Hello everyone, welcome to The Deep Drop. This is a fishing podcast. Welcome new listeners, old listeners, everything in between. I'm Luke McCredden. Adam Ring is with me as always. And ads, for new listeners, old listeners and everyone in between, what is The Deep Drop all about, my friend?
The Deep Drop's just all about questions. Like, we're like that annoying 3-year-old that says, but why? But when? But how?
Yeah.
But where? We're just that annoying 3-year-old that everything that we have got to say and that the community has to say. And we like to encourage our 3-year-old community to get amongst it too and ask plenty of questions.
Yeah. So the Deep Drop's a toddler.
Yeah, it's basically, it's an annoying toddler. We might spit the dummy every now and then.
Yep.
But it's just a fleeting tantrum.
Yeah.
And there might be tears sometimes. You never know.
Yep.
But ultimately, we ask way too many questions because I feel as though the pursuit of the answer is almost, if not way more interesting than the actual answer itself.
Yeah.
That got a bit deep, didn't it?
No, it was good. It's perfect. Sometimes sometimes you discover you don't really want to know the answer.
Correct. I just want to talk about the what ifs.
I like that. That's good. I actually had another little scenario about what the Deep Drop could be sort of likened to, and it's my desk at the moment, ads. It is
full of shit?
A complete mess, shit everywhere. It's just but it's also cool because, you know, as I look around, I've got fucking squid jigs. I've got an unrigged Rapala X-Wrap in an old colour.
Nice.
What did you call that?
Green mackerel.
Green mackerel. I've got a box of chatterbaits sitting here. I've got on top of the box of chatterbaits, I've got some fluorocarbon and braid scissors and a tackle tray full of metal casting slugs, which I don't know how it made its way onto my desk, but it's an absolute cluster. But it's cool.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of
the best sort of cluster.
That's right. If it's going to be a clusterfuck, make it cool.
May as well be full of fishing tackle.
So, gee whiz, it is just all happening. I'm a bit all over the joint at the moment. It's been a mental couple of weeks, not going to lie. Massive shout out to everyone for staying in touch over the last week and a bit while we had a week off, so to speak, but we had so much engagement from the community ads. There were plenty of questions that we threw out there on various topics, which we're going to touch on a few of those a bit later as well, but loving the amount of feedback we've had across the socials. Now, Adam, of course, the social pages we talk about are Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. Got questioned on my use of adding Spotify into the social media list on the show, but I stand by it. I feel like it is you know, we've said it before. I want everyone to take a moment, unless you're driving. Don't take the hands off the wheel or eyes off the road. I want you to take a moment when you get an opportunity to, if you are listening to this right now on Spotify, on your device, I want you to just have a quick look at it. Go on to that episode that you're listening to right now and drop a comment. That's right. You can drop a comment right there and then. Did you know that
makes it? And that makes it a social media network, doesn't it?
I think so. I mean, I haven't looked up the actual... Google that. Google what is a social media? What is social media?
Or should I?
I don't know.
Hang on. Is Spotify?
Oh, you're asking directly.
Yep, a social media platform. While its primary function is music and audio streaming, Spotify is increasingly becoming a social media platform.
Wow. So we're just ahead of the game.
We are.
Yeah. That's all it is. Shit. Okay. Well, there you go. But please get in touch via any of those platforms and get involved in the activity that's happening right now. You might have seen there was obviously some questions around formats of this show, which we will get into later on. It
really is the people's show, Luke.
It really is the people's show. There was as recent as just prior to recording this episode, a video go up about the chatterbait journey that you and I are embarking on behalf of the monthly resolutions. Which, by the way, we've got to drop another Reso tonight. I hope you're ready.
I know.
Don't get down in the dumps about it already. It's way too early.
No, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy. I have come prepared. I am pretty happy with my Reso.
All right, good. I'm excited.
Or soon to be
hear
Reso.
Yes.
Another one that I won't fucking do.
I'm waiting for one of yours to be like spool or reel. Tick, done.
Yes. Just to get one in. Probably still won't spoil it.
No, it's all about the challenge. It's all about the challenge. So thank you, everyone, for being involved across the socials. Now, the website, thedeepdrop.au, is another place you can get involved, and you can flick an old school email. We don't really have an address you can write a letter and send it into, but that would be fun.
Yeah. Just, you know what? Just make up an address and send it. See what happens.
See what happens, yeah. Attention, the deep drop, and just send it anywhere.
That'd be awesome.
Thedeepdrop.au. Now, this is the website, of course, where all the episodes and information about us and some bits and pieces are housed. Of course, there is some merch there, my friend. Which, Jesus Christ, neither of us are rocking the cap tonight, which I feel very, very. Yeah, can you?
I'm rocking this though.
Oh, you are. Oh, yes, you are.
I'm rocking this.
Yeah, it sounded good. How can a stubby holder sound good?
Because it's bright green and it's got the deep drop written on it, Luke. That's exactly why it sounds so good.
Fair. Now, the cap stubby holder combo is still available on the website at the moment. Jump across there. Now, Adam, they have gone like absolute hotcakes, my friend. That is not an exaggeration. But, of course, the deep drop squid jig by our good friend Rui, who has created the bright green with the deep drop logo squid jig, which is going to slay, is available for... There are still a few there, and I'm not joking when I say they've gone like hotcakes. That box has gotten very low very quickly, but I just want to... This could be the last week that they are available only with the Deep Drop merch combo on the deepdrop.au. So get across there, grab yourself a combo, and you will pick up the limited edition Rui Squid Jig.
Free of charge for the squid jig. It's a gift
from
us.
I thought you were going to say free of charge for the whole thing. I'm like, hang on, mate, we haven't spoken about this.
No, let's not get silly. But we got to look after the community. Look, we have a brilliant community that reach out to us regularly. They get behind the show. They participate, which is what we want. And our little way of saying thank you. If you are prepared to rock the Deep Drop merch in the form of a cap and stubby holder combo, we want to say thank you. And that's where the Rui Squid Jig comes into play.
Beautiful. Well, yeah, absolutely. And listen, we've had a bit of inconsistent weather through Victoria at the moment. So, and a lot of these jigs have just gone out in the last couple of weeks. So what I'd like to think is people are tying them on in preparation to go and have a crack. Some people might just keep them as collector's items. That's cool. Totally get it. But I'd love to see some people getting out there and whacking some squid with them.
Oh, I want to see some disgustingly chewed deep drop cloth.
Yeah.
Because that means squid have been caught. And squid love deep drop. We know that.
We know that. We know that they love green. We know that they love the deep drop. They'll be targeting that logo on the back. And we'll cover the freight too, Ed. So it's a double whammy. If you pick yourself up a combo for $40, like it's bloody good value, we'll cover the freight and you'll get a limited edition Rui Squid Jig. But I must stress, the box is running out. It's getting low. So get involved now.
Get amongst it.
All right. I think we're on track. I think we're ready to rock and roll because, like I said, I am all over the place at the moment, mate. Thank God you're here to steer the ship.
Well, this is a friggin' issue if I'm steering the ship. But shout out to everyone who stayed patient. It seems like to the people out there that we had a week off last week. But Luke, I think it's fair to say for both of us, it was a week of flat-out chaos.
Yeah.
But we're back in front of the microphone. So I thought there's only one thing to do, Luke, when we have had a week where we haven't recorded the pod. We need a good catch-up because there was a bit of stuff that went down and has gone down in the last couple of weeks leading up to the podcast that we record at this second. And one of those things was you were a part of a group that got together with the VFA talking about Kingfish. Now, for those all over social media and follow various fishing personalities around as well as the VFA, you would have seen a little bit of stuff going on with the Kings. Luke, I want to throw to you because you were there in the room talking about Kingfish. What was going on?
This was I straight up loved the invite because any opportunity to talk about yellowtail kingfish with a group of like-minded people and our fisheries authority is always a good time. So there's been a few recreational fishing forums held lately just around the place, and one of the things that's popped up a bit in general conversation when it's been a bit of an open room has been yellowtail kingfish and whether or not there's opportunity to reduce bag or increase size or just look at it as a whole and see. I think kings are one of those fish in Victoria that people are very passionate about, which fair enough because they're a bloody awesome fish. So it's probably off the back. The discussions probably come off the back of a few things. One, some pressure on particular areas in Victoria where there's been some great weather. And as we all know, the fishing has been so good for kingfish and getting better and better over the last few summers that we've now started thinking, oh, are we fishing too hard for them? Now, no right or wrong or yes or no answer, but it's a discussion, which is, I'll be honest, and I know we've got listeners from around the country too. We've said it before, we're very lucky to have a very proactive fishery like the VFA to listen and just if the conversation comes up to say, all right, well, let's get together and chat about it. So that's effectively what it was, Adam. And there was opportunity to talk about, I guess, on behalf of rec fishers and just to have that conversation. And the thing that sort of floated around the room for the most part was, what if we reduce the bag to 2? And, we spoke about other things like sizes and that sort of stuff. And I think what we landed on was that understanding that Victoria's part in the fish stock that is the same stock that flows all the way up through New South Wales and into South East Queensland, that the stock the capture rate in Victoria by us is very minimal. So we know that we don't necessarily impact the stock heavily with what we do, but I guess the overarching theme was, hey, this fishery is getting better and better. How exciting! How awesome! What can we do to sort of put a bit of a safety net around it? So, pardon the pun, but something to do now that can help or potentially just improve what is already a great fishery. Now we know that dropping the bag to 2 is not going to flick a switch and go make the fishery double as good as it is right now. But what we think it could do is help sustain the stock that is around a little bit and increase and improve it for future, I suppose, seasons to come. So there's a lot of, as you know, Ad, you've been involved in these conversations. There's so many layers to all of this, and there's layers to it that 99.9% of rec fishers in Victoria, me included, don't understand because a lot of it's data and science. I enjoy that part of the conversation because I find it fascinating. Now, there's some of it when some of the fisheries scientists get up and start talking that data. Does some of it go over my head? Absolutely. But it's always interesting. But what I think the key is the way they explain things and lay it out as best they can in layman's terms is like, yeah, we're in a great position for yellowtail kingfish in Victoria. So doing anything like what's been spoken about at the moment is purely just to go, hey, this could make it even better. So the key message was, it ain't broken. We're not trying to fix it. It's just like, what can we do just to keep the ball rolling and make this fish or this fishery as good as other fisheries that we've seen with a bit of proactive management over the last few years, whether it's freshwater or saltwater water. I think about Murray cod, and it's like a world-class fishery in right here in Victoria now, and what they've done there has been outstanding. So I think any opportunity to continue the good fishery that is yellowtail kings, I'm all for it. So it was a really cool discussion, Ads, and some really great people in the room who have done more fishing for yellowtail kingfish than we'll probably ever do, in the likes of Lee Rayner and Gwayne Blake. But, I guess just having that spitball opportunity and just to share our thoughts as rec anglers back to fisheries was really cool. And I know it's gone out and there's opportunities to have your say, and that's probably the biggest one, and that's what it is. We weren't there making any final decisions. It was purely voicing what we hear in market or hear on the water and sharing some insights from around different parts of the coastline of Victoria. And ultimately now it's up to everyone and everyone tuning in. By all means, jump over to the VFA website or socials. You'll find links there, and basically have your say. Tell us what you reckon about the proposal of a kingfish bag limit to drop down to 2 from 5. To me, it makes sense. I'm all for it, and I think, but again, as always, great opportunity. Have your say, pro or against. Have your say. Let fisheries know what you think.
Well, I think that's the key part, and probably the most exciting part for me. I mean, whether it's 5 or 2, it really makes zero difference to me as an angler. I don't target kingfish very often, so it's not something that's right in my wheelhouse. But the most exciting part for me is that these are proposals and conversations being had by recreational fishers that are trying to, like I said, this is a very unique case. Normally when these conversations are had, there's a crisis. There is something negative happening, and all of a sudden there's this elaborate team put together to try and work out how to fix it. You said it perfectly. We're not trying to fix anything here. But the most exciting thing to me is that there was recreational anglers who not just specify that their specialty is kingfish. They love it. For some of the anglers, it's the majority of their target, especially through the summer months when we could be doing so many other things in Victoria. They're the ones that were having conversations about instigating change, whether it's positive, for a positive or a negative reason. And I know for a fact through having conversations with yourself, Luke, and also a couple other people who are in on it, there was no stone left unturned. There was conversations about why you shouldn't change it. There was conversations why you should change it. There was conversations why we're even having this conversation if the science and data says we're in a pretty good spot. But the most exciting part is that this is recreational fishers trying to look after their own backyard by making sensible decisions, whether you agree or not. It's up for discussion. That's exactly why the paperwork is out there for you to have your say, and we highly suggest you go and do it. But this is instigated by recreational fishermen. This isn't the VFA sitting down going, we want to make a change for the sake of making a change. This is, hey, we've had some feedback that maybe we need to look at something. So how about we have our science team doing their job? They can tell us the actual raw data. We've got the fishing team that are out there going, well, the optics of it's this, and what we're seeing is this, and what we're experiencing is this. So the whole program's been driven by all facets of recreational fishing, both government, science, and recreational fishers.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty exciting because I don't think there's too many states that can say that that's happening.
No, and you're spot on. And I think I've been part of a few of these discussion groups now, whether it's in person or, and I think this has probably been the best as far as the people in the room, including the management team and the science team, we all challenged each other on various things and said, like I said, we had Dr. Corey Green present from a data and a science point of view, which was fascinating in itself, said, here's what we know factually. There's still a bit of unknown, but that's cool. That's nature, right? We can't know everything about everything. We had, obviously it was driven and led by Taylor Hunt and Anthony Forster, who basically said, here's some details around the fishery, and now over to you. Like, what's up? What's going on? What do we need to think about? And it was it was probably the best group discussion. And I say that, these sorts of things can sometimes be a bit of a, there's a bit more selling than just actually wanting the best for whatever it is. This was the best I've been involved in, and it was very much everyone from, like I said, me and you who do recreationally and not heaps at the moment for Kings, to someone like a Gwayne Blake who I guess is a guide, so has that element of it, but also was around as a youngster, saw the tail end of what was that fishery in the late 80s that was proper big fish and a lot of them with, I dare say, probably no management back then as well.
Yeah.
To sort of, and even hearing someone like him say, we're not far off like getting ourselves into a position where we can start thinking about that again, which is bloody cool and very, very exciting. So, yeah, like I said, really cool chat, probably the best I've been involved in, really exciting and just a we're in good hands at the moment. So, but again, it's that's the start, and it's completely open for discussion and an opportunity for all 1 point however million rec anglers in Victoria to have their say.
And that's why it's important that people have their say. And please, you don't have to agree with what they're doing. I don't agree with everything or some things that the VFA do, but the point is that there's respectful conversations being had, whether that's by a working group like one that you're in, Luke, or your opportunity to have your say with what's going on with the Kingfish thing at the moment. It is important that you jump on and have your say. If you are going to disagree, be respectful, because realistically, that's kind of how you get heard. You can jump up and down, be a tool, but there's way too many of them. Respectfully agree or disagree, that's fine. This is a conversation. It was started as a conversation. So tip of the deep drop cap to you and everyone in the working group and the VFA. Luke, I think it's a great sign for the kingfish fishery, but also knowing that the working groups like this are happening for various species, not just kingfish, is a good thing.
Yeah, onwards and upwards for yellowtail kings in Victoria. It's very exciting times ahead. Great to be a part of it. So good. Bring it on. Let's do it.
So you went from the Kingfish working group, and got straight on a plane over to Hamilton Island.
pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much how it went down.
Pretty safe to say you've had a bit on.
Bit on, yeah. Last week up on the island, it was. It's always good to get up on Hamo. It wasn't.
No, it was a work trip, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. You were there to work.
Why are you smirking for?
Well, because we are so lucky, Luke. We are so lucky. Now, I wasn't in Hamo. I was driving around the countryside, selling fishing
maybe you
lures.
should have been.
Maybe I should have been, but this is why we have the best jobs ever. I'm smirking because, Luke, you went to Hamo for work.
Yeah.
How many days did you fish?
3.
How many days were you there?
4.
Yeah, exactly. So we have the best job ever because we can literally mix work and play.
And for those playing at home, a great opportunity for us and when I say us, so an Anaconda trip, store managers, store team members get up there and get to, mingle with everyone and have a great time. And obviously there's many trade shows and stuff up there. So I got up there on the Sunday Arvad and got a message from Michael Starkey, who people might recognise the name potentially from, he was a chair at AFTA for a while, but obviously runs Frogley's offshore. Said, you better come out for a quick flick in the Arvo. Now that ended up in the question, which we will get onto a bit later, but did result in a question about does burning a soft plastic across the top getting smashed by a GT count? It was a small GT. By the way, GTs for me as a Victorian, I don't care how big they are. It's a GT. Yes. I think at one point Starkey might have said, well, it's a Trevally, maybe not giant. I said, hey.
It's got giant in the name,
baby. It's got giant in the name. And then the following day, spent a day out with Cord Lucas from Wilson, who people may not be familiar with the name, but certainly the brand and the company Wilson Fishing. And that was, it was blowing. So there was a couple of heavy wind days, ads. And we pushed out, I think it was a 2-hour steam out wide to the reef.
What, there should have been a 45-minute steam?
No, it's still it's a long steam regardless from Hamilton Island out to parts of that Great Barrier Reef. But Jesus, it didn't make it super quick. And unbelievable. There's so many, on those days out where there's just so many things, and you sort of, it's not until a couple of days later you go, oh, we went out. So in that boat, and Mick Starkey and a couple of guys are out in their boat too. It's always one of those things. It's probably not a bad thing to travel out together when you're going out wide like that. On the way back in, Starkey clipped a whale. I forgot all about that until just now. Everyone's fine. He lost some decal off the front of his boat, but anyway. But adds, and I'll wrap this up a bit. I won't go too long about it, but there's a couple of days there. The third day fishing with our good friends from Shimano, on a much more comfortable ride, a big 40-foot black watch. So I choose
Nice.
that. I choose that. I shouldn't say that. Cord's boat is unbelievable, by the way. But big cruise craft, very, very nice boat. But both days basically were, listen, bait fishing's always good out there for a fish. So you're chasing the big red stuff, red emperor, big nannies, coral trout. But I struggled. I just love the concept of dropping a jig or a soft plastic. So we're talking 50-odd metres of water, 57 metres of water for the most part. That's jig territory for me. So while you sacrifice potential numbers, I'm all about it. So both days for me were heavy jigging. I shouldn't say heavy jigging. They were quite light jigs, 80 to 100 gram, but heavy days of jigging in rough water. We've all been there. You get sore muscles that you didn't know existed, from your calves up your ass to your fucking back. But I've forgotten how much I love jigging. Now, you and I have spoken about this, and I think we'll get into this in future episodes, jigging as a category and as a topic. But we have touched on the fact that it's not huge down south. We know that, and it's not. Look, we don't have the fishery or the water necessarily that's conducive for it. Sure, you can do it, and absolutely it works. But there's something about that 50 to 60 metre zone when you're fishing on reef that you just go, oh, this is it. This is me for the day. And I don't know. I'd forgotten and mixing it up with, your flooded jigs and your slow pitch jigs and stuff is just, I'm all about it. It's not until I get up there and do it that I realise how much I love it.
Were you jigging with overhead gear or spin?
Predominantly overhead. Yeah.
Nice.
Bit of both. Yep. Mainly very very looked after on the Shimano boat with some of the absolute best of the best when it came to overhead jigging gear. But
Nice.
You forget, I mean, when I think we were actually chatting about it on the boat, about early doors jigging. So I'm talking, I'm going to show my age a bit, best part of 25, 30 years ago when, as a kid, started doing it. The gear. Oh. Jesus Christ. The lightest sort of overhead outfit is probably a TLD 15 or something like that, which is a clunky,
5'3", like just little tiny broomstick rods,
solid tip sort of rods, and it's
300 gram knife jigs, like just
and honestly, early doors was mono.
Oh.
So there's nothing when at the time, sweet hooking into kings at Montague Island on these jigging outfits. In hindsight.
Do you think that's why the rods were so stiff?
Probably.
Because the line did all the work.
the line gave you all the action and flex.
The stretch in the mono gave you all the action.
It's just, and I sort of go, the amount of work you had to do back then, and never comfortable at the time. Probably comfortable and loving life. In fact, that's why.
That's all you ever knew.
Yeah, that's why you did it. But
Luke, I would pay unbelievably good money to watch you go kingfish jigging, or any sort of jigging for that matter.
Yeah.
I would pay good money to watch you jig with a TLD 15 kilo mono, and just
a 15,
just a little 5'6", like PE 5 to 8 jig rod.
I would love to try it for one drop. But seriously, like it's fascinating. Like the rods that we use now, if you showed me that 25 years ago, I'd go, oh, you're going trout, flicking rivers for trout.
I was going to say, they weigh as much as a 1 to 3 kilo trout stick.
Yeah, and the power, man. Like, listen, you're the gear guy in this team, and I. Again, we could dive into this, and we will at some point. But when it comes to technology, rods are understated because what they're able to do in a rod build these days is fucking amazing. It truly is.
I still don't think we fully understand in certain instances, jigging probably being one of them, especially because we've seen the introduction of all sorts of different styles of jigs, not just the speed jigs that we're used to way back in the day where you just wave the rod around like an absolute madman trying to get some sort of action out of this jig.
Yeah.
But with slow pitch and flooded jigs. And it's so much more enjoyable because
Yeah.
you don't have to kill yourself to
Yeah.
try and jig. But the rods are so critically important, especially when you're relying on the rod to impart action, which takes all the pressure off the body.
Yeah.
Jigging is one of those things where the whole unit is critically important, from
Yep.
the reel to the rod, the weight of the
'cause
rod compared to the weight of the jig.
We've spoken about
It's
what's
critical.
more important, rod or reel. That's one application where you can't split it, I don't reckon.
No, it's
it
just
has
as
to be
important.
both.
Everything from... It's one of the few things, I think, where the actual gear ratio of your reel mean, like, you have to think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably the only time I ever do. And listen, I don't do a lot of trial and game fishing, but that's another probably factor. But yeah, it certainly does. It makes you think about all that sort of stuff a lot.
Yeah.
And we had, shout out Chad Rogers, who heads up Shimano Australia. We had a brief chat, and he goes, "Here's something for the deep drop: top five ways to jig." And we were pissing ourselves because you go, all of a sudden, to your point before, when it used to be mechanical vertical jigging, and it was just like,
Go as hard as you physically can.
It's changed now. There's so many different ways to jig.
Yeah, it's enjoyable now. You don't have to go as hard as you can
You don't
all the
have
time.
to. There's the giant sweep. There's and I said to Chad, one of my favourites, the tea bag. Yeah. Which often gets a bite, which infuriates me because you work so hard.
Is
and then
that when you
just
draw?
and it's not like So, but it's true, and that's what it's created. It's created a whole new way to think about imparting action into a jig, and that also comes with different jig shapes and styles as well. But I think it's you couldn't have even fathomed trying to impart a different action in a jig with the gear that we were using 20 plus years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
just go fast,
go hard and fast. And in a lot of cases, in a lot of fish like with dogtooth tuna, yellowtail kingfish, Samson fish, that is the technique, the best one of the best techniques. But all of a sudden you're talking about coral trout, red emperor, nanagai, where sometimes gently gets the bite.
Those demersal style fish that hug the bottom, or they're in deep cover. Whereas obviously things like kingfish, Samson fish, doggies, highly predatory.
Yep.
They need that trigger, that reaction trigger.
And they'll follow it through the water column too. It's not like that jig the first 5-6 meters, drop it back down type thing. You know what I mean? Like it's but the only issue that we found with multiple jigging techniques is you're doing all that. You're mixing it up constantly just to see what gets a bite. You hook up and you go, I can't remember what I was doing.
Yeah. Did you high speed jig at all?
No, I didn't. No, it was all slow pitch. It was all flutter leaf style jigs, and it was cool.
Because I feel as though high speed jigging shows you one of the most exciting things in jigging. When you get lulled into that go hard and fast, but you're not actually paying attention to where the jig's at. And the last jig, a 300 gram monster jig comes flying out of the water at your face at 300 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You missed that with flutter jig.
You do. But it's listen, there was some good fish. There was some really nice trout. I think I posted a photo on the Deep Drop socials the other day. It's really some big nannies, big reds, red emperor. But the problem is the sharks up there, dude, were relentless. And I know it's easy to say, and most anglers will say, oh, we could have caught a million. The amount of fish, good fish, were hooking, and just mid-water was as high as you get the bastards. And the sharks would they'd move in and they'd then follow you. That made it tough, really tough.
Did you say you got coral trout?
Yes.
Does that mean, technically speaking, you participated in trout opening?
Do you know, we got on the one of the days a really nice coronation trout. Talk about a beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Trout opening tick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you and I, we don't do enough up north, but coral trout, when it's up north, realistically, West Coast, East Coast, North, they're up there. They tick a lot of boxes, man.
To catch, as far as the fight?
Just as a species.
Fish?
Think about it. Like they look amazing.
Yep.
They fight brilliantly. You can get them
everything.
in so many ways, on a soft plastic, on a jig, on top water.
Top water.
They taste sensational. You know what I mean? There's a lot of boxes ticked.
Ooh, are we putting coral trout in the underappreciated column?
I don't know if I don't know if we could say they're underappreciated. I think they're appreciated. I don't know. Maybe they are underappreciated.
But are they only appreciated by the locals because you never hear anyone say, we're going coral trout fishing.
You know what? You might be right, because they're appreciated once they're boated, and you go, oh, that's a good one. But you're right. We were there to catch red emperor.
But it's not a nanny or a red emperor.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because red emperor are like the holy grail, aren't they, up there?
I think so. Well, yeah, I think so, especially a decent
of the
one.
bottom fish.
Yeah. And we got, I caught a nice one, which ended up just undersized, which I think is like 55 centimetres or something. And I was really happy with it. And as I boated it, one of the guys next to me hooked up, and it was, when someone with the fishing success and runs on the borders called Lucas gets excited to the point where he's squealing like a girl, this thing was huge, man. It was like high 80s. It was like 13, 14 kilos.
What's big? I was going to say, what's big for a red emperor?
Big. That's big. I think anything, and I don't know. Like, I'm sure someone listening from far north Queensland will get in touch, and please do. I think anything over 70 is a solid fish.
Was it caught on bait or a jig?
Bait.
Doesn't count.
Mine was on jig.
Yeah,
just saying.
That's the difference.
No. This thing was an absolute horse. So, and just to round that out, and it's going to get into our next topic in a second. We thank you to the community, because we have been given the approval and said, yes, that GT counts as a top water catch, which it should.
I love it that the community are a sensible bunch.
So by the way, just on that, burning a soft plastic across the top, this Trevali's mouth was out of the water. We heard that boof that they make, and it sucked that thing. So there was absolutely no doubt in my mind.
Top water bite.
Yeah, just wanted that clarity. So it does open the door a bit for other opportunities. If you just love burning it, if you're fishing a placky and you think, I'm going to just crank one across the top and see if there's a Australian salmon here, or a whatever, coral trout, or whatever, kingfish, do it. It counts, baby.
Yeah, do it. It counts.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
So thank you, everyone, for approving that officially. So that's number 2 of the top water species on the board to go alongside queenfish. But adds, on the way back in from the reef, and I haven't mentioned this to the community yet. I don't even know if I've mentioned it to you. I ticked a third one off the list. Just a bit of a sneaky on the way back home. A third top water species. Now, we're heading back in, saw a bommy, said to Cord, let's just have a flick here for a quick minute, chucked a stick bait out, and got walloped by a solid, I'm going to say a few kilos, I don't know, mac tuna.
Counts.
Now, this is why, thank you, this is why I'm discussing
species.
This is why I'm discussing it here. Is it a desirable and trophy fish? Nah.
No.
Are you going out targeting mac tuna? Nah. The only thing that crossed my mind, and it was absolutely caught on top water, floating sticky, just smashed,
Perfect.
Absolutely smashed it.
Counts.
Okay. Do I need to go any further, or are you just
Nope.
ticking? Okay, good.
How could it not count?
No,
it was caught on a stick bait, and we're collecting species. We didn't
Yeah, I
name
know,
if it was
but
desirable species.
No, you're right. We didn't state desirable. I just worry about people, let's say, from the mid-north coast of New South Wales north, saying it's a bait fish, dude.
Doesn't matter. It was caught on top water. We didn't specify.
Okay, good. No, good. I'm here for it.
Counts.
So we're up to 3. Yes.
Yep. Shit, yeah. You're up to 3.
Ads, what does 25 years of innovation and development get you?
I'm tipping a fair result, Luke.
Correct. And that's exactly what the team at Spotter Sunglasses have done. 100% Australian owned and operated, Spotters are designed to survive and withstand Australia's toughest conditions.
From chasing barra in the top end, fishing the rugged WA coast, exploring Tassie, suffering through the bitterly cold winters here in Victoria, or cruising up the east coast of Australia. Whatever you do and wherever you go, Spotters literally have a pair to cover all of it.
And you're covered from the glare and UV exposure with spotters.
And they're bloody stylish and comfortable too.
The range of frames and lenses is massive, so do yourself a favour and head over to spotters.com.au and check them out. Now, ticking off a couple of extra little bits and pieces on the monthly reso is what we really need to focus in on. We need to get laser focused here, ads. And I just want to say before we have a look at September's monthly reso, Christ, where did that come from?
Oh, no.
We mentioned last week, I think, or a couple of weeks ago, that we've now on the website, the deepdrop.au, you can follow along. There is a live list of our monthly resos. We will update, and in fact have updated the two top water species we just spoke about on there as well. So you can see our progression, but also we urge the community to have a look at that list, screenshot it, download it, do whatever you want to do, and have a crack yourself.
Have a crack. Yeah. And let us know. Let us know where you're at.
Yeah, because at some point we will probably tap someone in. We'll probably phone a friend. Or a stranger.
I might phone 12 of them.
Lifelines are on the cards as we get deeper into this year.
That's right.
I mean, we almost.
No, we're only just coming into fishing season.
I know, but I worry that do we need to make a call and say October is when the lifelines open? If we want.
End of October.
I was more thinking
or start
of. So we've got all this month to fucking get cracking.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
if we need, so I'm not saying that we just do one. I'm just saying, come the start of October, if we're like, all right, we need help.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's open, and we've got. What are we saying? We've got. We need to talk about this. We need to work out the actual detail. But
we'll suss it out.
Watch this space.
We'll get back to your community.
Keep your eye on the socials community. We're going to work out what our lifelines are going to be. Now, let's get stuck into September. It is monthly resolution time, ads. I don't need to remind us
to lift.
that we got to lift. We don't. It's not that we should lift. It's we have to lift.
We have to.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried if we get to the end of year and go, listen, we had a crack. We ticked off X amount. I feel good about that. Sure, there's someone here that were pretty tricky, so I'm okay that we didn't get them. But at the moment, mate, we're going to have to sit each other down and have a long, hard look at ourselves because. But anyway, let's let's do September. What do you got? Over to you.
All right, September. I've come prepared, and I've got one that I actually feel somewhat comfortable with. But Luke, I'm going to need you to help me just pin down the size. So I'm talking. This is a species target.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I feel it's not appropriate. The reason why I'm going to add this one to the list is because in the last 48 hours, I have penciled in a trip, and I'm going to go and specifically target said species in the back end of this year.
I'm nervous about this. You've said this before.
This is happening. I know. It's not a stupid species that doesn't exist in the state that I live.
Okay. All right.
So it's not. But I need you to help me. I'll tell you where my head's at, and I just want you to help me lock down the size because I feel as though it needs discussion. But I am, for September, going to lock in for the next leg of our monthly reso.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going dusky flathead over 80.
I like that.
Is 80, is it too big? Is it?
It's a big fish.
It is a big fish. Is it?
It's
yeah,
a
is
big
it
fish.
too,
What's your current PB?
85.
Okay, so which is a big fish.
It's a big fish. I can still remember it like it was yesterday. It was fucking awesome.
This is where it's interesting, right? And this is where you bring in the sporting analogies. Let's talk footy. If you're up by 6 goals going into the last quarter, you're going over 80 because you go, hey, we're feeling good about ourselves.
Yeah.
We've ticked so much off. Let's have a crack and really bring this home. But we're actually down at 3/4 time.
All right,
it's like, you know what?
Different angle. If you think dusky flathead, what mark does it have to achieve to be a special fish?
Meter. No. No, I think 80 is probably, it feels right. My mind went straight to 75, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I kind of decided in my own brain that anything under 70, I'm like, meh, it's good flatty.
When you're talking duskies, that's it. You know what I mean? Like if you get a 60 centimeter blue spot, you're like, fuck, beast.
Yeah.
We're talking duskies, mate. They breed them big.
I was gonna go with 70, and then I thought, oh,
okay. Well, you were going to go with 70. You went to 80.
I went to 80.
My mind went to 75.
Do we just meet in the middle?
Do we meet in the middle at 75?
75. It's still a ripping fish.
100%.
Like it's a good flathead.
And I don't want people going, that's piss weak. Go 80. I don't know.
Or do we leave it at 80?
Or do we just leave it at 80 and just harden the fuck up?
Yeah, we're only dealing in the upper echelon of dusky flathead.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, this is open to both of us. As we know, we've opened the monthly Resos up. So, for me, 80's well beyond a PB. Like, I don't even know what my PB is. It's not monstrous. So I'm like, hey, reality is Victoria's a place to be at the moment for big flathead. Actually,
we're coming
is that
into the good time?
So is the south coast of New South Wales, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
So you're not restricting yourself anywhere. This is just dusky flathead.
Just dusky flathead.
Over 80. Do you feel okay about that?
I actually do.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so any method of capture legal, obviously we're not talking about fucking gill nets, but so it doesn't matter, plucky, hard body, top water, whatever.
Gill net.
Flathead.
Dusky flathead
over 80. Yep.
I don't know why I feel good about anything. I couldn't even catch a 2 kilo friggin' salmon.
No, but that for some reason it does feel good.
It feels okay. It feels right.
It's a celebration if you hit that, bro.
Yes,
like
it's a serious flathead.
Yep. Okay. I mean, let's recap the whole list in a minute. But dusky,
I mean, let's recap it.
Dusky flathead over 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Okay.
If hypothetically speaking, if I catch, I think I've asked a question like this before, but I'm a little bit slow. So if I catch an 81 centimeter flathead on a bait caster and a jerk bait, do we get to tick off 2 Resos?
You fucking oath we do, mate.
Yes.
Barra fishing for flathead.
Barra fishing for flathead. If I'm barra fishing for flathead and catch one over 80, is it a double tick? It's a double play. They have to baseball.
No, that wouldn't work. Absolutely. On a chatter. No, that's not Barrett. Top water.
Top water.
No, I think, listen, let's not get excited here because, we're talking about can I kick 6 in the last quarter? Well, how about you fucking kick 1?
Yeah, that's right. I bet we get 1. So,
all right.
Flathead over 80.
Dusky flathead over 80 centimetres. You're going to be predominantly fishing, not that it matters, I dare say East Gippsland in Victoria and potentially the south coast of New South Wales as you make your way up there. I'm excited about it for you. I'm taking the position of the coach in the coach's box right now or in the rooms before the game and going, this is great, mate. I appreciate your enthusiasm. I love where your head's at. You're a real team man. But just take a seat for a moment. And you just sort of getting your shit together. You're having your last sip of Gatorade before you run out. It's time. I need something from you. I need to see something from you.
All right.
That's all. It's just been that sort of that. The coach is serious. What he wants to say is, "Fucking pull your finger out."
Shit out. Yeah.
But he's like, now's the time, mate. I need something from you.
Okay. No, I find that motivating. I don't find it as a put down.
I find
it motivating. No, I find it motivating.
It's honest. And hey, by the way, I need something out of myself. All right.
I just need a fucking half a tick would be great.
Oh, come on, mate.
I feel as though once I get on the board, the floodgates will open.
I agree with you. And I think part of it's the weather. We're going to keep blaming that until December, no doubt. But it's not. No, it's not a blame. It's that a lot of this isn't conducive to what we're putting up with at the moment in Victorian weather. Having said that, no, that's all right. No, let's.
What are you going to add to the list? What are you going to add?
What I'm adding, what I want to add to the list is kind of a bit of a double whammy. It's a bit, and I haven't done it on purpose as far as I'm not trying to be cheeky, but it is something that I want to do. And we are now in open trout season here in Victoria. I think there's another few weeks before it kicks off for our New South Wales friends, and I know Tassie, the brown trout fishery opened a couple of weeks back. What I'm keen to do, as we know, is do a bit of trout fishing and hit the streams and do a bit of that this season. My September monthly reso is to catch a trout on topwater. So I know you're probably going, well, you've already got a topwater challenge. Yeah, correct. So yes, technically I'll be doing a bit of a cheeky double tick if I get this one. But
it's not really because we're only adding species to the topwater one. Yes, exactly.
So I just think it's a fun one that I'd love to do, and it kind of sounds. It sounds very, very doable, and we know it is doable. But when you think about the trout fishing, let's just say that you and I have done over the last couple of years, you're not really tying on topwater lures all that often, are you?
Talk me through where your mind goes instantly for topwater lures for trout.
Well, and this is the thing, and this is what I wanted to discuss actually, and open it up to the community, and keep your eyes peeled for socials, because I will be calling on you. And this isn't a lifeline as such, but just a bit of feedback around what you think we could use to get this one done. There are a couple of cool lures coming out, and I'll leave it at that for the moment because I don't know if they're embargoed. But what I want to know is a little, let's say 50, 60, 70 mil sort of pencil stick bait a viable, a realistic option?
You're talking streams, yeah?
Yeah, I'm talking rivers, yeah. And probably fairly skinny water probably for the first few that I'll hit.
My only concern is finding enough still water to get a pencil to work.
Doing its thing.
But the community did open us up to, I think, probably the most viable way to get a topwater trout.
Plucky? Crossed my mind.
Because I feel
talk me through that. Through that.
Well, I feel as though you could use a small paddle tail. I think it would kind of need to be a paddle tail to get some sort of action. With not a huge body roll, but all in the tail. Really light jig head.
Light or unweighted?
No, unweighted, I think you're going to struggle to pick up line quick enough. You're going to drag it out. I think you're going to have to pop it up into a rapid, let the rapid sweep it down and around a bend where it needs to be, and then you're going to have to pick up line and start winding it as it hits the slack water and it comes in off a bend. You sometimes get a little bit of an overhang. And you can just wind the paddle tail on top out of that. So it's going to be light. It's going to be 1/20th. It's going to be obviously it needs to be enough weight to hold the paddle tail stable.
Yeah,
but I feel as though that could be money for a topwater trout. I'm going to ask a really stupid question.
Fire away. That's what we do here. This is our brand.
Really stupid question. Does dry fly count as topwater?
Mate, what are we doing here?
Correct answer.
I just sometimes ads. I don't know where your head's at. I put aside my night to come on here with you to have great fun, talk about fishing, and this is what we've done for 147 episodes. And you hit me with that bullshit. I've spoken about sitting you down in the locker room and having a chat.
Yeah,
mate. You know what I'm doing now from the coach's box? I'm fucking dragging you off the field. Take a seat.
What if I used a dry fly
you're one thing away
on spin gear?
You're one thing away from hitting the showers early.
It's suspended indefinitely,
mate. Yeah, just delist. I'm fucking. I'm hooking up. I'm hooking up Gary. I'm getting Gary back.
Because Gary would go fly fishing. Yeah, nah.
Mate, Gary would not make stupid comments like that. And I'm sorry to say stupid. It's a harsh word, but you've got to be better than that, Ads.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So no, I'm not accepting that. No.
Or the other legit way, tiny cicada.
Yeah. So no, good call. So I was going to ask about that. They will and would have to be small. What have we got out there? There's small.
Yeah. Megabass do a tiny
tiny ciglet.
Cicada. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only one I can think of that'd be.
Do you know what I'm doing
small
as we
enough.
speak? I'm messaging my good friends at Viva Fishing. And that could be the option because they are small, those tiny ciglets, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
That was almost my first thought, and I thought, I don't know if they're small enough. But now you say that, you're right. Those ones should be.
Do you remember the old?
Can I ask one more question? Sorry, before you go on. Do you think to do this, and community jump in, do I have to do this from start to finish? Like, all right, say tomorrow morning I'm heading down the coast and hit one of the rivers.
Yep.
Is that all I do? It's almost got to be, doesn't it? Just commit fully.
Yeah.
So don't tie on a spinner or a fucking hard body.
As per your advice to me, when I really struggled with life, let alone a monthly resolution, your advice was to lock in, pick one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, pick one and just get it done.
I like it. Good advice, me.
Yeah. So I want to remind you of your own advice.
No, that's true. But this is the thing. And this is where I think you and I overthink some of this stuff. Or not overthink it, but we trip ourselves up. We've got to, mate, it's
time to commit.
Yeah, it is.
It's time to commit.
It is. Thank you. You're right.
It's time to commit.
Let's fucking crack in. Come on.
Do you remember the old Halco Nightwalker Nano?
Mm-hmm.
We used to fish them at Powlett for
Powlett,
the do they still do it?
I don't know if they. I'll fire off another text. Let's find out. Because they were smaller than they were.
They were about the size of a tiny ciglet, I reckon.
So the night walker, was that a different?
Yeah.
So there's a night walker.
It had like the the cod walker bib on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll find out about that. So there's options, I reckon. I feel like that lure should get it done.
Yeah. I feel as though I reckon when I go and I feel as though the topwater placky might be I feel in my brain, I feel like that's going to be the one. And that's where I'd start. What
sort of length placky? Like, are you talking 2.5 inch, 3 inch paddle tail, thin body profile?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep. I feel like there's an option where, whatever the profile is, whether it's paddle tail, jerk minnow style, whatever, there's every chance it being on the surface in some sort of movement would just get a bite because it's like, is that a worm? You know what I mean? They'll just eat shit like that.
I wonder if you could just dead stick what are those nymphs? The little nymph plastics? If you could just essentially bait fish an unweighted nymph out of a run. And because
hey, we're not talking about we're not absolutely it counts. We're not talking about
see the eat off the top.
Exactly. All right. So it's not done. It's not stupid. It's very doable, I reckon.
It's a good one.
And I'm looking forward to having a little and I'm not I feel like this has got brown trout written all over it, but I'm not gonna label it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think brown trout. Any trout should potentially, except a fucking brook trout. They're just stupid. They just sit in the bottom.
If I went to Casey Fields and got a stonker on a bent minnow, would that count?
I don't know. How would you feel about it? Stocked fish.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd feel good about it.
It's got an asterisk next to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, count it until it doesn't count.
That's the half tick I was talking about. Maybe.
That's potentially.
But I don't want to waste my time on a half tick as well.
No, don't waste your time on that. There's other shit to go and do. All right, good. So, trout on top water and dusky flathead over 80 centimetres of the September inclusions to the monthly resolutions. I feel not too bad about it. We need to up our game, Adam, and start fishing chatterbaits.
I've got a quick shout out. I did mention that the reason for my monthly reso was a trip I just booked.
Yeah.
So quick shout out to Michael and Daniel. I know you're listening. If you catch a fish over 80, I'm fucking claiming it and getting a photo. I don't care what was spoken about on this podcast before about holding mates' fish. I'm getting a photo.
No, I don't know who these people are you just mentioned, but don't let him. You have to work for this, Ads. You've got this. You're better than that.
Or am I?
Yeah. So, all right. Rather than go through everything we need to do, let's just have a quick look. We've ticked off an EP on a pop up. We've ticked off a largemouth bass. We've got 3 species on top water so far, with 7 to go.
Yep.
I think we're
in a good spot.
I reckon we're not in a bad spot. On paper, terrible spot, but in theory, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Okay, good. Holy shit, we have been thrown a curveball from the community. Here we go.
The deep drop.
Top 6. That's a big statement right there. Did you ever work out what was going on then when you sort of just forgot, your brain stopped working for a moment when you were trying to say the deep drop?
Brain aneurysm.
Adam, we have heard from the community over the last few weeks, and I only addressed it this week because it came to a head. It was just we were getting pressured, which I love, by the way. The top 6 is a fan favourite. It's a community favourite, and we love doing it. It's a lot of fun. It's the one part of the show where we forget everything we know about whatever we've just spoken about for the last hour and talk about something completely random. The community had informed us, Ads, that maybe, just maybe, the format of the top 6 segment was off. And off, you say? We questioned it. And they said, what if you went 6-1 and actually ranked it? So
this threw a pretty big spanner.
They said, get off the fence. They said, be accountable for your suggestions.
And you know what? It's a good suggestion. Because we thought we'd keep the top 6 lighthearted. We're not going to worry about fence sitting. We're just going to throw them out.
No, and as we said each week, no particular order. But the community have said, fuck that.
I think we've been politely reminded that we're better than that, Luke.
We have,
and we need to commit to our answers.
When we went to the polls, I know you love a poll, Ads. we threw out a poll on Instagram. So again, if you're not following us across socials, please do, because there's polls galore. We're going to throw out more polls. And we said, do we need to do 6-1 and be very specific on our rankings in order? Or do we stick to the original, no particular order, 1-6? Mate, 74% of people said 6-1. Be accountable, you pussies. They did say that. I just added that.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. That's what they were thinking.
That's what they were thinking.
Yeah.
So, Adam, and I made it very clear that whatever we land on is what we will move forward with. That is the future of top 6.
Okay,
that's what
so
we're doing.
The future of top 6 is that we will, whatever topic we choose, we will list them from 6-1 in order, that specific order
of our preferences. So we will land on, here's what we think is the 6th best, all the way up to the best.
Yep. So this is our first run at it on
so be
episode
patient.
147. So let's see what happens, because Luke, you threw a topic my way that was an instant yes.
Yeah.
And we did have a quick chat, peek behind the curtain to the Deep Drop community. We had a quick chat on how we thought this new format of the top 6 would go. So, Luke, I think what we decided on is we would just throw a heap of suggestions in the middle.
Yep.
And then you and I would, in real time, try and sort them into a final 6 where we would then put them in their ranking from 6 to 1.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah, I think that's the way it's got to be. I think we need the butcher's paper out and just start listing things that fit the criteria of this, and then somehow try and we're going to miss some. We know that.
Yeah, it's because another peek behind the curtain, we sort out our answers for said top 6 question
Individually.
about 45 minutes before the show.
Yeah, or 45 seconds.
So there's not a detailed amount of... but that's the point.
Yeah.
We want to hear from the community. What did we miss?
Yeah, what did we miss? So this is stuff off the top of our head. So, which is kind of where I feel like the most honest answers come from as well, lads. You know what I mean?
Yep,
all right,
correct.
so we, we've come up with the topic. Have you already said that? No.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't announced the topic.
Oh, mate, I've lost.
We're off
the
to a
plot
fly.
tonight,
New
mate.
topic.
Jesus Christ.
I would really like for you to introduce the topic, because I think it's one of the better topics we've done, and I'm really excited about it.
All right. So tonight, the top 6 guitar intros.
Yes. Okay.
And we're
Speaking my language
We're
here.
music fans.
Yeah.
We talk like the Deep Drop Fishing Tunes playlist is on high rotation in my Spotify music library, as it is for a lot of other people. There's a lot of followers on that, by the way. If you're new here, sorry, ads, just to sidetrack a bit. If you are new and you aren't familiar with what I'm talking about, we have set up a playlist that is the Deep Drop Fishing Tunes playlist on Spotify. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's all. So if you need some accompaniment from tunes while you're fishing or boating, done. It's done. Just hit shuffle and away you go.
And then just rock on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's rocky as. All right.
So we're going guitar intros.
Guitar
I'm gonna be very
intros,
interested
yeah.
to see where your head went. There's a couple on my list that I've already got questions about.
Right.
So let's work through them.
Well,
you want to table a couple to start?
Well, yeah, and I think we just throw out a couple that are almost no-brainers that would be in a list. Now, I'm not saying where they would sit in said list, but in a list. Guitar intros, the first one that comes to my mind is Sweet Child of Mine from Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, nice. Good choice.
It's just the one that lives rent-free in everybody's head, just permanently.
Yep.
Do you want me to just keep reeling off a few?
Yeah, reel off
Okay.
a few, and then I'll table a few, and then we'll work out what we're going to do.
All right. Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana.
I've got that on mine.
It's got to be in there.
Yeah.
And I'll never forcefully suggest something has to be in one of the top 6 list ads, but Smells Like Teen Spirit. I mean, come on, guitar intro.
Yeah.
And I had a question mark over Metallica. I mean, Enter Sandman is the first one that comes to mind for that guitar intro.
So what would you? And I know you're a massive Metallica fan. Would you put that on? Would you say that's the one for you? Because I had a Metallica song, but it wasn't Enter Sandman.
You could argue that Nothing Else Matters is a guitar intro that could make the list, but I feel like Enter Sandman, and I'm not talking about the full. I'm just talking about the opening few notes in that just that clean guitar that's just playing that intro.
Because I had Metallica 1.
Oh shit! I didn't even think of that. See, this is one could.
So because I think it's
One could
also
be
important. Because I think it's important we don't flood the list with too many from the same. So
No, I agree.
Metallica, there's going to be Metallica on the list. I'm sure of it because
Do you want to make criteria right now that it is just one per band for this
just
list?
one.
Okay.
Just one. But so do we go with one or Enter Sandman? Because I don't feel as though we can go wrong. But
I think we should. I think it's one. I didn't even. Wow.
I hear it and I get goosebumps instantly.
Okay. So let's roll with that. Thunderstruck, AC/DC.
I've got that.
It has to be in there somewhere.
Has to be.
And then I'll just throw one more before I throw to you, just to table some. One that's probably a bit more of an alternative and not a, it's not going to be on everyone's mind, but as a kid, from a kid to this day, when I hear it, it still just gives me something that pumps me up, and it is the intro guitar. It's a Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit.
Guess what? It's on my list.
Fuck yes.
It's on my list.
Yes. Okay.
It's on my list.
Hey,
So
I'm happy that we've
doubled up.
aligned, but if it doesn't make the list, that's a different story. But I'm feeling
that's
good
right.
about where we've started. What have you got?
All right. So Well, I've got a few. So I had listed in the maybe Michael Jackson Beat It. It's a lengthy intro before the guitar kicks in, but my argument is everybody only knows the guitar riff.
Yeah.
So, controversial one.
Okay, we'll put it to the side for a minute.
We'll just park it.
Yeah.
I had Blind by Korn. Is it a riff or is it a passage?
Well, no, it doesn't have to be a riff. It's just intros, right? So it's guitar intros. Now, you could... Yeah,
do the drums go for too long before the guitar?
Well, it's just the cymbal. It's the ride cymbal, just the...
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm probably more comfortable. I'm more comfortable with that than I am with
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, if they're both controversial, not on the list.
Just push them to the side for a minute. Let's keep going.
I had Pantera, Cowboys from Hell.
Remind me of that. How does that go?
Oh, it's Luke. It can't be on the list. You don't know it.
No. I'll just. It's maybe the
Trust
name.
me.
Hang on. I'm
Write it down.
Okay. Let me look for it.
What about Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
Aerosmith, Walk This Way.
Yep. Wow,
I know you'll love my next suggestion. I can't believe you didn't have it on your list.
Yeah.
Damn It, Blink-182.
Oh, damn it.
And I've got a couple of old bangers just because they're just sweet guitar riffs. Sweet Home Alabama.
I had that on here as well, which I kind of... I feel like our genre isn't really conducive to having Sweet Home Alabama in the list, but it's certainly a very honourable mention.
I'm glad it was on your list. What about Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas?
Yeah, similar sort of... Absolutely nothing wrong with it. It is an absolute belter, but similar sort of thing, as is like Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
Yep. Yeah.
They're all thereabouts, but I feel like, are we going down the path of sort of a bit more hard rock? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to discount any of this. Hotel California, you could argue, is an amazing guitar intro.
Yeah.
For a solid 7 minutes. So, do I dare say Stairway to Heaven? I mean, you know.
And there was Smoke on the Water as well.
Smoke on the Water,
but I couldn't put it on there.
I feel, I've just got to say, I feel so stupid that I didn't say damn it. I'm so glad you've raised that because fuck, all of a sudden
Great intro riff.
It's such, and it's just
Blink-182 have actually had some solid intro riffs.
Yeah. All right, so do we want to try and tear this? We need to try and build this up because we also don't want top six to go for 35 minutes.
Yeah, correct.
I feel like, what are we comfortable with? Are we saying, I think Metallica won. Smells Like Teen Spirit, Sweet Child of Mine. Are you comfortable with that being in the...
Definitely. Yep, 100%. Blink-182, Damn It.
Damn It. I'd love to have that in there.
Do we have break stuff just because it's fun?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And Thunderstruck?
Thunderstruck, yeah. So how many is that? Is that 6?
That's 6 we just mentioned.
So,
hang on. Yeah, 6, sorry.
So for the final spot, out of Thunderstruck, Walk This Way, Killing in the Name?
No, we've already got 6.
No, but for the 6th spot.
Oh, sorry, you said Thunderstruck.
If you had to choose between Thunderstruck, Walk This Way, and Killing in the Name, are you happy that Thunderstruck's the one on there? I think I am.
Yeah,
it's just iconic.
It's an iconic intro.
Whether you like hard rock or not,
because you could argue
you know that riff.
You could argue that Killing in the Name it's the whole band playing that intro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As much as the guitar is what makes it. Walk This Way is a great one.
Yeah, banging riff too. Is there anything else on there that Walk This Way would nudge out? And don't say break stuff because I'll disagree.
I don't think so. Remember, right? So this is just another reminder. This is our list, right? So it's not going to be perfect.
We're doing it real time
everyone.
with a little preparation.
I know. So what we need to go through is: are we comfortable that our top 6 is those 6 songs that I am? I think those guitar intros to every single one of those songs is really important.
The only one that I would feel really bad about it not being on there is probably Walk This Way.
Does it?
But
no, I was going to say something.
Top 6 is legit.
I was going to say, does it take the place of Metallica? But I don't think it can it?
Nah. I feel as though we have to have a Metallica song on there.
Yeah, no, it's almost. But one seems so right, mate. I'm okay to start working on our order.
Yep.
Okay. Is there a clear number one for you?
There's an outlier there, and I'm not saying that it should be number one because I don't think it should be. But it's funny because all of them are actual one-note riffs. Smells Like Teen Spirit is just this chord progression that is just iconic.
I feel like Smells Like Teen Spirit could be very easily number one.
Just purely for recognition?
Maybe. But I also think Sweet Child of Mine could be number one.
Yeah.
It's just the intro that is just...
I'd be more comfortable with Sweet Child of Mine than Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Put it in pencil for now.
Yep, done.
If we go 1 Sweet Child of Mine, 2 Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Listen, just pure... This might be controversial. I'm going to put Break Stuff at number 6.
Yeah.
You comfortable with that?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with that. So what have we got left? Thunderstruck, Damn It, 1?
Yep. How do we do this? Keeping in mind we are an audio podcast and people are listening currently and not looking at the same things we are.
All right, so straight off the top of your dome, Damn It, where do you think?
I think straight off the top of my dome, I think it's number 5.
Yeah, me too.
So now we just shuffle 1 and Thunderstruck. And I think 1's number... Honestly, you don't have to agree with this. I think 1 comes in at number 4. And Thunderstruck moves up to 3.
3, yeah, me too.
They could be in either spot.
They could be but I think more people would resonate with Thunderstruck than 1.
Yeah, I agree. And so we're not doing this because we think people... This is just where we're at, where our heads are at on the day.
Yeah.
Mate, I think it's...
I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that order.
Yeah.
Like, hit me with the order.
All right. I am going to hit you from 6 to 1 because that's how that's been requested that we go. All right.
Fair.
So this is the guitar intros. Number 6, Break Stuff from Limp Bizkit. Number 5, Damn It, Blink-182. Number 4, Metallica, 1. Number 3, Thunderstruck, AC/DC. Number 2, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana. And coming in at number 1, Guns N' Roses classic, Sweet Child of Mine. That feels right.
I'm really happy with the top 6.
Yeah. How do you
I'm
feel
really
about
happy.
How do you feel about the format?
Didn't mind it.
Didn't mind it. Now, community, over to you. We've done what you've requested. How do you feel about it? But more importantly, talk us through the list itself. We've said Thunderstruck. We've said Sweet Child of Mine is our number 1 when it comes to guitar intros for a song.
Yep.
Now, I really like this 6, and I'm comfortable saying Sweet Child of Mine, it's the number 1 guitar intro of all time.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying. I'll live with that. That's what we're saying.
It's a hill I'm happy to die on.
All right. Well,
it's a solid top 6.
Yeah.
The only one I really feel, I honestly feel bad it's not in there would be Walk This Way.
Yeah, that's fair.
But just purely for fun and nothing more than fun, Break Stuff's got to be in there.
Break Stuff's a banging intro, man. When that guitar hits, it's
you just know.
Do yourself a favor, community. If you I'm sure you've heard Break Stuff or you're familiar. You might be familiar. Maybe you haven't heard it. Get into the Deep Drops Fishing Tunes playlist and find it.
Yeah.
And just
better yet, go onto the Tube and have a look at a live version.
Oh, Woodstock 99,
you
baby.
will know. You will know.
But just give it some volume. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you want to go
Don't
sit
be
in your
shy.
car or do whatever you need to do, give it some volume and because you feel it. Or
Yep.
you feel it. All right, well, that's
I'm
solid. I'm good.
I'm going to add every single one of those top 6 to the Deep Drop
Will they?
Fish and Tunes playlist.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd be interested. I think most
Great
of
stuff
them,
is already on there.
one should be in. Oh, well, you know what?
No, I don't think one is.
Shit, that's an oversight. No, I don't reckon Thunderstruck's in there. I don't
reckon
think we've got
Thunderstruck is
ACDs.
either. I don't think Smells Like Teen Spirit's on there.
Can you?
Damn, it's not on there.
Oh, Jesus
I'll add
Christ.
them in.
Get in there
I'll
and
add
add
them
them. I love it. I love everything about it. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. That is the new format, the new look, top 6. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
We're really accountable now. I'm nervous. I feel like we'll get
I know. I know.
We hid
right.
behind the no particular order thing for 146 episodes or whatever. I don't know, however long we've been doing it. But no, that's okay. I'm comfortable with that.
Pretty happy with that. I'm very interested to see the feedback. I'm sure we've missed some absolute bangers that we just haven't thought of.
Yep. But yeah, let us know what your thoughts are and what your thoughts are on the order. And if
I was going to say, even if you just want to reshuffle our
let us know.
6 to 1, go for it.
You reshuffle it in the comments. Just type it out.
Yeah,
like how should it look?
Yep.
Yeah. We've got lots to get through. Like we said off the top, Adam, there are a few limited edition Rui squid jigs with the Deep Drop colours on it. If you want to get your hands on that, head to the deepdrop.au now. We talked a little bit of jigging ads, and it is something I'm going to bring up again in the next couple of weeks because I want to dive a bit deeper into jigging with you.
Yep, keen to pull it apart.
The gear, the lures themselves, everything.
Yep.
Monthly Resos, baby. Trout on top water and a dusky flathead over 80 centimetres. I think we've had a stern talking to at halftime from our coach to say, pull your finger out, let's go.
Yep.
And the new look top 6 guitar intros, I feel great about it. I hope you do. Let us know. As always, community, get amongst it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Adam.
Peace.